Recently in 2022, Hunt has been showing his amazing skill and talent into the scene. With just the start of 2022, he's already the third highest rated rifleman across any top 20 players right now, with the first being his cousin Nico. Hey, I'm Smirky and today I want to look at Hunter and how you can default under as a T, so let's begin. It is worth noting at times Hunter will go towards mid. I'm not going to show this because I'm mainly focusing on underpass, but he will usually go there if he needs to help his teammates or he has a bad spawn. Now whenever Hunter's going to take under, he will either throw his own utility, he'll either get a teammate to pop flash him under, or he might throw some other utility. In this round, Hunter has the best spawn for under, so he's going to make his way over, and once he gets close, he's going to hold right click and let go. This flash will fly down the stairs, bouncing off it, and landing right in front of the entrance. This makes it so if any CTs were trying to push, they're going to be blind and make it a really uneven fight against Hunter. But once he's peeked, it's worth noting you can see he's going to go towards the right side of the ledge and make his way over. If you notice by his crosshair, he's aiming towards the bench. This is because if there was a CT going to peek, you can catch their legs before they have full visibility of him. And from here, he will just continue his way over. Once again, Hunter's going to do the exact same flash. He's going to run over, he's going to right click the flash, and from Simple's POV we can see he's going to get full blind, and this is going to leave Electronic, who was supposed to be holding mid, completely vulnerable. From here, Hunter will get a free kill into Electronic, who is just helpless. Meanwhile, Simple can't assist. Once Hunter gets the kill, he's going to turn his attention onto Simple. He'll try and molly him out. It'll turn into a bit of a struggle, but eventually Hunter will get the kill. And from Electronic's POV, we can see he's holding towards mid, trusting Simple, but suddenly he's just caught off guard, and Simple can't defend him. Now let's look at your teammates flashing you. In this round, Hunter's going to flash over towards B, and this is probably just to condition his opponents. But in this round, Jax is going to do the flash, and Hunter's going to peek with him, and from here they can just clear towards under together. And once again, Hunter's going to use the same pathing as before, standing on top of this ledge. Now, if you don't want to run with your teammate, you can get a teammate to pop flash you under. In this round, Jax is going to line himself up, and once Jax's ready, he'll left click throw. This flash will be super effective in blinding anyone towards under, and allow Hunter to peek really quickly. And when Hunter goes to peek, he's going to somehow spot Electronic towards this corner bit right here. Electronic will try worm his way out, but Hunter and Jax are just going to stay persistent. Hunter will go through the smoke, even though Electronic won't expect it, and he will get the free kill. Now let's look at some other pieces of utility you can throw towards under. On some occasions, Hunter was caught throwing a decoy or a HE. I think this is just because he doesn't want to waste his utility, and maybe he can catch a CT turning away as he peeks with it. Now it's worth noting if you do want to take under, you don't always have to use pieces of utility. You can just dry peek it. In this round, Hunter's going to make his way over. He's going to be nice and slow, being really patient, perhaps waiting for a peek. Slowly clearing his angles just by jiggle peeking, and then he'll start pushing his way over. In this round, we can see pretty much the exact same. He's going to be really patient, really diligent, clearing his angles, then continuing. I also saw a round from Hunter when he was faking the B bomb site. In this round, he's going to throw a flash, smoke off window, and then flash over again. And once they've thrown the utility, him and Jax will go towards under. And if you look at the minimap actually, it does a really good job in forcing the rotations. If you've noticed, Simple is now forced to rotate from window towards B, and Electronic is now holding towards jungle instead of connector. This leaves mid to be open now, allowing Alexi B to make whatever call he wants. Now let's look at what Hunter does when he comes out of under. When Hunter comes out of under, he's commonly taking connector. He's using similar categories. Let me show you how he does it. In some scenarios, he'll get a teammate to flash him. In other scenarios, he might do it himself. And lastly, there was a scenario where he had a teammate with him, taking it dry. In this round, Hunter's going to come over towards under, and you can see when he's coming over, he's still aiming towards the same area, crouching down, watching for any potential peeks. Meanwhile, the players in top mid are getting into position to help Hunter take connector. Amanek is going to go towards top mid, he's going to smoke off window, line himself up for a connector flash, and flash him in. This will allow Hunter to peek quickly, throw smoke towards top con, then follow that up with a Molotov. And with these pieces of utility, if there was a connector play, he may be forced away from it, he'll probably get smoked off the angle, and if they were still in connector, they're probably going to be burning unless they were going to be on the right side where it's visible towards mid. And it's also really common for Hunter to go through his connector smoke and just lurk towards connector trying to find some timings, which I will show later on. Here's another example. In round 7, we're going to see the exact same thing. Amanek is going to smoke off window, then flash him in, Hunter will peek for his utility and then take connector. And it's worth noting from here, if Hunter wanted to, he could also peek towards bench, and if he did this, he could peek with Amanek and perhaps get a free kill, or if Amanek wasn't there, he might be able to get a free easy kill because of the difficulty of his angle. But in this round, he decides not to, crosses connector, then pop flashes Amanek into ladder. Now let's look at when he wants to do all of his utility by himself. In this round he's going to come out under, and if you notice by his crosshair placement, he's looking towards window, before quickly checking short, and then putting his tension towards connector. He's going to flash his way out of connector by aiming towards here, quick running and left click throwing. This will give him a small timing to smoke top con, and then molotov the left side. And from here he's just going to wait for any potential window re-peeks, and then decide to look in towards connector. Now lastly, if you do have a teammate towards under, you could do something like this. In this round, Jax is going to dry peek connector, and he's going to be waiting next to the bench. I presume if Na'Vi was going to pop flash a play through connector and try to aggress, Hunter will not be blind by it and he might be able to peek off it, but it's just speculation. But after some timing, it will peek towards connector, wait for the smokes to go to make sure they don't get peeked on, then as a team go through connector. It's worth noting as well, if you do want to be super patient towards under, you can sit towards the spot right here and just wait for any peeks. If a CT was playing close towards the window and perhaps was trying to get some information, they're definitely not going to be expecting you to sit in this spot. But from here, G2's wanting to do a B execute, so he's going to wait for his teammates to make their way over, and once he's ready, he's going to fake connector control and rotate over. Now on some occasions, after you take a connect control or you just come out of under, you might be waiting towards mid for any aggression. Let me show you some positioning from Hunter. In this round, Hunter came out of under and he's going to look towards window near towards the vents area. As the smoke starts to fade, he should be able to catch anyone who's perhaps on these boxes or towards the vent hole. He doesn't see anyone, or keep his crosshair near towards the window just in case, and move into connector with his teammates. In this round, we're going to see something similar. In this round, Hunter's going to get forced out of connector, and then he'll look towards window, doing the exact same thing, looking through the smokes to see if he can catch anyone as it fades. But once window's re-smoked, he's just going to wait towards connector. Another way you can hold window is like this. In this round, Amanek and Hunter is waiting for his players towards A to make a move, then they're going to look out of connector. In the meantime, Hunter will hold towards window, and Amanek will hold towards short. In this way, it makes it really difficult for any of the Mars players to get information towards mid, as two of the angles are being held in off angles. But once his teammates are in position, they're going to start looking through connector. Now as shown before, you can hold window from under. In this round, Hunter's going to be playing towards the stairs and waiting for any CTs to peek, before moving out of under and then pushing towards connector. Another angle you can play if you want to hold window from under and have a better odds of getting a kill is this one right here. I prefer this angle a lot better, as you can see the CTs as they try to peek out window, close or far back. And you might be able to catch a CT in this angle right here if they're trying to jump for information. Now something creative you could do is this boost right here. In this round, Hunter's going to crash towards his corner, he's going to boost Jax up. From here, they're going to wait for the smokes to fade and Hunter will hold connector. Jax is going to be holding towards the window, and once the smokes fade, he'll get a free kill onto Dexter. Now, as I've alluded to before, it is quite common for Hunter to do a bit of a lurking, either towards connector or window. Let's start off with window first. In this round, Hunter's going to get boosted up by Jax. He's going to look towards the ladder room, just in case if someone was watching, he can have an even fight. His teammate Lexi B will flash window, and this will allow him to peek and force any AWPers or riflers away from the angle. And then from here, Hunter's going to be super passive, waiting for any potential peeks to come from jungle. And it is quite common for a player to peek towards window from jungle, just to see if anyone was entered. So by him just holding there for a really long time, it's going to really reduce the chances of him getting caught off by a timing. But once his teammates start making their way in towards connector, he's also going to have a bit of a look around. He's going to check outside the murder hole, look towards short, and it looks like he's just doing anything he can to try and cut off the rotations and make his team have a man advantage into the round. And I think in a second he is going to get a bit overwhelmed with all the angles he needs to hold, so he's going to do the smart thing and put himself into the corner where he only just needs to hold this one angle right here, and this will cut off any rotations from CT into window. It's worth noting as well, Hunter hasn't broken the vents. In a second he's going to hear the sound cue and he will get a free kill onto Simple, before later being traded by Perfecto. Now here's another example of a window lurk. Instead of being boosted, Hunter is instead going to use the bench after throwing his utility. He's going to jump up, jump into the smoke, and lurk through it. And in this round we can see he's going to be way more aggressive than he was previously. His teammates are executing onto the B bomb site, Simple is not expecting the lurk, and he's going to get caught off guard. From here Navi's forced to save, and Hunter's going to look for the saving CTs. Now let's look at some lurks towards connector. As mentioned before, Hunter likes to take mid/connector control and then start lurking his way through. In this round he's going to do exactly that, then he's going to position himself towards this corner right here and then looking directly into the smoke. He's doing this because there might be a play waiting behind that smoke as it fades, so because of this he's getting his crosshair ready to pop any brains behind that smoke. But luckily for the mouse players there's no one behind it. From here Hunter's just going to wait a while, wait for his team to get into position, and once they start executing, then you'll start to lurk out. It's worth noting when you are lurking out, you want to be really careful of plays towards triple, default, and most importantly, under, as it can be so easy to catch you off guard, and some players will go into that position just to stop these connector lurks. But as Hunter lurks out, he's going to go towards jungle, clear towards window, and then we'll try to hold on to this A control. But from here he's going to hear the vents breaking, he'll get a kill onto Frozen, but will get traded by MBK. In this round we could see Hunter's going to do something similar, but in this round he's going to do something a bit different. He's going to jump on top of the boxes and wait for the smokes to fade. Unlike the previous position, a player behind that smoke may not be expecting him to be on this box, allowing him to have such an easy kill, and compared to the CTs, it will be really difficult for them to match this. But once again he is going to wait a while, wait for his team to get out, and once they start pushing, now is his time to strike. He's going to lurk out again, but as he's moving towards jungle, he's going to put his attention towards scaffolding / under, and he'll get the trade onto Bitmass. For some reason he's not holding towards jungle, so I'm not sure if he has the information that there's no one towards there, but you can't always be that sure, and from here Hunter will lose the 1v3. Now, as we've seen before, Amanek and Hunter was holding towards mid, and they're going to start lurking towards connected together. There's going to be a top con smoke, and once they're ready, Jax is going to flash from ramp above the stairs, allowing Hunter and Amanek to run out. When they both run out, Amanek is going to get a double kill onto his teammate and NBK, but I really like this as it can be so easy to catch a CT off guard, and get two of your players to run out through the smoke and fly a blind CT. Now, there's some scenarios where Hunter may do some stuff towards B, but it is quite rare. In this round, Hunter's going to make his way over towards the B apartments, and he's going to try to create a fake. He's going to bounce the smoke off the wall to put out any molotovs and block off the window. He's going to molotov van to make sure no CTs can be hiding towards that area, as it can be so easy to shut down the execute and get information in apartments. And when he peeks out, you can see he's looking towards the bench, getting ready to find any CTs holding. But today he's going to get lucky, and he's going to catch Torzi, who's just trying to jump onto the balcony. From here, Hunter sold the fake really well, as now he's killed one CT, and he's got the attention of 3 more. This will later allow G2 to go onto the site and get the round win. Now, if your teammates already have mid control, or perhaps you don't want to take it, you can always come back towards B, go towards these stairs, and just hold towards apps for any aggression. After watching a couple of demos from Hunter, I've noticed he's quite patient. He's happy to sit in a certain position to try and catch out timings under players, perhaps trying to clear their angles, or who are focused on something else. He's definitely quite lurky. It can be really common for him to go away from the pack and be lurking around or trying to worm his way into jungle to try and create some space or find openings. Lastly, I do feel like he can be a bit predictable. With his default, I have noticed the first part can be really predictable due to the limited options. But with his lurks in A, I think it can be predictable on what he wants, as he's constantly trying to look through window or connector. If you have any plays or positions you want me to break down next, feel free to put in the comments below and I'll have a look. Perhaps you want to know how to do the double white nades on the T side of vertical on B? Well, I made a video about Fury doing that on my Twitter special, which you can check out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.